It's amazing how many deals that I've done where I've sat down and talked to somebody, put the numbers out there, and I'm like, you know what? I could take advantage of this person, or I could help them out. They don't need to move out of their house. They don't need to lose their property. I don't need to buy their property, but I can help them out and I can solve the problem. And so I do, and I don't get anything for it. But because of that, they know me, and it's amazing how many of them have referred me another deal because they have somebody that's in trouble or somebody that's missing payments, and then I am coming helping them, and that is one that I end up purchasing. All right, welcome back. I'm Jason Andrus.
I'm Colter Hansen.
Excited to be here again as always.
Yes, what a wonderful day. I always love visiting with Jason, so great opportunity for us to talk about just ways that we've been able to help people, but didn't necessarily end up with a deal.
I think it's so important because I think as a real estate investor, you're a problem solver. It seems like we're always solving somebody's problems. We find out what's going on because somebody's either in distress or somebody needs some help. And so a lot of times we can go in there and help them. And by helping them, we can create a win-win. Win for them and a win for us, which the win for us, usually either we end up with the property or we turn around, sell the property, and make some money. But not every deal we do ends up with us either owning the property or making money. And that's okay. And the reason why it's okay is because I think what comes around goes around. I mean, I know that's kind of a saying that people say, but I think the most important thing is as long as you have a mindset of helping, I think you'll have all the deals that you want. And as long as you don't get, like, well, I'm not gonna help out that person because there's not any money in it. There's no money in it for me. It's amazing how many deals that I've done where I've sat down and talked to somebody, put the numbers out there, and I'm like, you know what? I could take advantage of this person, or I could help them out. They don't need to move out of their house. They don't need to lose their property. I don't need to buy their property, but I can help them out and I can solve the problem. And so I do, and I don't get anything for it. But because of that, they know me, and it's amazing how many of them have referred me another deal because they have somebody that's in trouble or somebody that's missing payments, and then I am coming helping them, and that is one that I end up purchasing.
So the law of reciprocity has come full circle.
There you go.
You end up benefiting simply because you weren't looking for a benefit at the expense of somebody else.
Yes. I mean, I was going to the deal thinking, I'm an investor, I make money at it.
Yeah.
So every deal I go into, I'm thinking, well, this could be a good deal. This could be a good deal. There could be some money here. Otherwise, I wouldn't hardly even sit down and talk to them. So there's the motivation of that. But that's okay. In business, you have to make money. But a lot of times, not a lot, probably 1 out of 20, I would imagine I go into, and there's just no money. There's nothing I could do to even help them. Or there's nothing I could do that would help them that I could benefit from. But I just end up helping them.
Well, I think that's such a great thing is that 1 in 20 or 1 in 100, whatever, or 1 out of 2, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's an opportunity to go in there and be a problem solver. And I give a fair warning to everybody that I talk to is that I say, look, I'm a real estate investor and I'm in this to make money. And I am interested in having those conversations with every person that could potentially sell to me. But let me share an example just specifically this week. So I went into a property and I've been trying to get a hold of this person for about 3 weeks. I had a friend call me and said, hey, this person's going into foreclosure. The auction's going to be on said date. It's 3 weeks from now. And I've already talked to them and they would like to figure something out. Can we go meet with them? Well, we lined up a meeting 2 weeks ago. He had to go to his kid's school, didn't work out. We tried to go a week ago. I called him 3 days ago and I said, look, your property is going to auction in 2 days.
We need to sit down and talk.
We have 48 hours. Do you want to do something or not?
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you fair warning. So I hadn't talked to this gentleman before, but I called him out of the blue and I said, look, my friend has been talking to you, and here are the things that we're interested in visiting with you about. Your property is not going to be yours in 48 hours if you don't do something about it. I can help you do something about it. I'm an investor. My goal is to make money in real estate. And if I can help solve your problem, and then I will come and we will define what that looks like.
Yeah.
So I show up to this gentleman's house, and he just wouldn't look above the brim of his hat. His eyes are on the floor. We sit down on the couch. I'm still not seeing his eyes come up from the floor, and you could just tell that this guy was so deflated that he had nowhere to where to go. Like felt like he was out of ideas, he was out of time, and if there's any man that wants to provide for his family and is feeling in that position, like, I am sorry and I want to help.
Yeah, by the time they've got to that point, they're beat up. They're getting phone calls from all their creditors, car payments, house payments. I mean, they're getting beat up.
They really are. And you could tell that this guy had just been through the ringer. And so I started asking him questions, and I had disclosed to him up front that I'm an investor, I'm interested in making money, but there are options that you have with your house. Even though it looks like it's going to auction in 2 days, I can provide some other options that will help. And I laid him out for him. I said, look, your house can go to foreclosure and you will get nothing out of the property. It will sell and it will no longer be yours, and any equity that you potentially had is just gone. Or I can pay you for your equity, I can bring the note current, and I can take over your payments, or I can pay it off entirely. We have to explore those ideas. And I asked him, I said, I need to see your mortgage statement, and we need to make some phone calls. And you could tell that he was so hesitant. He did not want in any way, shape, or form to involve somebody else in his problems. But ultimately, I saw the mortgage statement, I saw the phone number, and I started dialing. And we got somebody on the phone and started visiting with them. And we said, we understand this is going to foreclosure in 2 days. We want to do something about it. Can we get a payoff statement? Or can we put this on hold so that we can have some time and we can wire you money and we can bring this note current?
Yeah.
And the bank is interested in that because they don't want a non-performing asset. But this guy just didn't know what to do. He had not called the mortgage company. We talked to them on the phone for 15 minutes. And at the end of that 15 minutes, the lady's going through the summary. And the guy picks his head up and he says, I wish I would have recorded that. And I said, ma'am, can you please repeat the summary of what you just said? And she goes through the list of, we have put this foreclosure on hold. You have an additional 30 days. And we are going to look at this for review as you catch this up. And that guy, you could tell that it just fell off of his shoulders and he's coming to tears. And I didn't end up with the deal, but that was the most satisfying thing of anything, is that gentleman has some options now. He knows that he can call me and I have his back. And maybe we put something together in the next 30 days.
And maybe you don't.
And maybe we don't.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. And there's tons of those stories of us helping out, investors helping out. I've got a few stories like that too, where we didn't end up with the property, but you helped out the person. And I'm a firm believer, if you put good out there, good will come back. I really do.
Absolutely.
So,
well said.
Yeah. Good episode. Good episode.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason.